get started. Couple quick things to say off the bat. This is our third day of our session here, running through the AI employee. We just want to say like a huge thank you to all of you who showed up. On average, we had about 500 people all 3 days, or the first 2 days, excuse me, show up. And it's a really big testament to kind of your dedication to your business and the goals that you have in 2025 to show up for yourself, especially at the end of the year. A lot of people are just phoning it in at the end of the year. And by the way, zero judgment on that. We get it, right? It's the holidays, end of year. We get it. But you're still showing up for yourself, for your business, for your clients, for your family. You should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of yourself. And ultimately, we're grateful for it and proud of you, and really excited about today. Before we dive in, as I stated, if you were here yesterday, I'd love to know like your main takeaway, because it's really important that you take action on the stuff we've shared, whether it's prospecting, selling, the offer framework from day one. These are all really critical pieces to ensure that you're getting the most value from this. Yesterday, I brought up the concept of the simple scaling technique. Again, the simple scaling technique is understanding the four levers in business: your offer, prospecting, sales, and fulfillment. The first day, we really spoke about offer. Again, huge shout out and thanks to Chase Buckner from HighLevel to be here and share his insight with us on that. We spoke about obviously the AI employee, how to frame it, how to price it, all of that. Day two, we did a quick recap of that and focused really on prospecting and sales. So, how you can prospect and generate opportunities, how you can sell them so you can actually make money using the AI employee. And then today, day three is really focused on that fourth lever, the fulfillment. As a reminder, Extendly as a company, right, is a client success company, right? They are a company that wants to ensure that when you purchase something from them, you're going to get the result that they have promised you. That's an important commitment they have, which is why we've stated multiple times in this session your commitments outside of the financial commitment, right? It's also why we come in here and share value and insight without asking you to pay anything, meaning you don't have to work with us if you can't or won't be able to right now, which is completely fine. So it's really important to us that you know that when we're talking about today's insight, it's very critical that you listen in at the same level you did the previous 2 days for two specific reasons. Number one, right? The stuff that Ban's going to talk about today is the implementation, the client fulfillment, right? Like how to actually set it up and serve your clients. You can't sell it if you can't serve it, right? I mean, you technically can, but you really shouldn't. Like, imagine if we were doing that. That would be really crappy. Like, you don't want that for yourself. Please don't do that to your clients. And again, like we spoke about yesterday, just be transparent. Tell them that it's a work in progress. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It's still better than nothing, right? And so Beant is an incredible tech wizard. He's going to show all of it to you. I actually call him my Indian Harry Potter. That's the first time I've said that, but look at his face. See him, how much he's smiling? That's why I said it, because it was hilarious. Anyways, point being, look at Conan's. He came on video to laugh at that. That's a good joke. It's high quality. Proud of myself. All right, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to talk today about how to set up your voice AI, hosted by myself, Sharon, and Bayant. We're super excited to be here. Again, super appreciative of your time. Housekeeping. Yes, replays. We will have them. They're all going to be sent over on Friday. I know we went through a ton of stuff the first 2 days. We want you and expect you to go back through it, learn from it, implement it, etc. Again, whether or not you're part of the boot camp, we want this time to be worthwhile, right? Even if you didn't invest into the boot camp, you can still get a ton of value from this and make money with this if you take action from the stuff we've shared the previous 2 days and of course today as well. If you have any questions, please drop them in the Q&A thread. And again, your boy, Alex, doesn't know anything about tech. So the tech questions are going to be answered by two Extendly coaches, Sharon Cower and Zach Conans, and of course, Bayant Singh as well. And I will sit here looking pretty and very handsome. You're welcome. Joking aside, we are going to have another opportunity for you to work with us to accelerate your path to sell AI. And we're just going to recap that really quick. Before that, these were the agendas. We are going to talk about setting up the voice AI bots so you can actually sell them. Same time, same link each day we've done. It's kind of our end of year. Yesterday, we really went through kind of the activate, boost, and convert webinar system, some of our front end lead gen strategies. Guys, remember, you made commitments to implementing it. Please make the time worth it. Make the effort that we put in worth it. Do the stuff we've asked you to do, right? If you want to skip out next week because of holiday, we'll give you a 1 week pass. But as soon as that's done, please Go in person, reach out to your network, do the things we told you yesterday to make money, and then, of course, nail the sale. I told you how to sell it, how to sell the result, how to focus on actually getting decisions versus maybes. We went through all of that. If you need any help on that, reach out to us. We're here to help you and support you. And you can reach out to me personally. Of course, I'm happy to support. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about how to actually set it up, right? The answering service voice AI use case, the virtual receptionist use case, and then a step-by-step setup walkthrough. Bayan's going to run through this step-by-step on HighLevel so you can see it. And yes, again, there will be a replay for when inherently you're going to forget something that he did, which is fine, right? Just follow through to the best of your ability, ask any specific questions you might have in the Q&A, and we'll go through it and help you as we are running through it, okay? Now, we just want to say up front, a massive thank you to all of you who invested into yourself and trusted us at Extendly for buying into the Ultimate AI Agency in a Box Bootcamp. We did sell out yesterday, which again, just huge kudos to all of you for making this investment into yourself. Please remember this. If you made this investment, please remember the commitment is the work now. It's not that you got the result because you paid the money. You have to do the work now, and we're going to fight with you, be in the trenches with you, and help you to win this. That's our goal. That's what we're here for. Now, there was a bunch of people saying, like, I need to think this through. I need to talk to this person. And we understand that, but we've shared already, we really don't have a fake scarcity or urgency. We set it to 100 so we can really help those people. But we do have an option because obviously the demand was so high for doing it in February with us. Now, the benefit of doing it with us in February is obviously we'll go through everything in January and optimize and make it even better, right? So that's the idea. Again, no one will ever be punished for purchasing early, but there's always benefit also for those of you that will come into February. Everything that was included in this would be the AI Agency in a Box snapshot, the webinar system, all of our lead magnets, sales tools, client fulfillment strategies, which we're going to talk about today, and then the actual bootcamp, 12 individual sessions, roughly 90 minutes or so, breaking down step by step each element of the business. Okay. Now, the next session is going to start on February 3rd. Now, this is specifically for those of you that have not purchased the January bootcamp. Those of you who purchased the January bootcamp, that date is, does anyone remember? Just wondering. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, Bant, Sharon, or Zach. Does anyone remember the date? Hey, Kyle got it. Jeff, off by 10 days. It's January 6th. January 6th, January 6th. Okay, that's going to be the start. But the one after that is going to start on February 3rd. February 3rd, 2025 through February 28th. Again, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Okay. Regular price is going to be $5,000 when we start selling this for $4,995, right? We're going to do the February session at $3,495. For those of you, though, that wanted to make this investment but missed out on the first 100, we're still going to give you the option for the early bird special, okay? If you do this before 2025, also known as December 31st, 2024, and you use the promo code FEB25, we're going to give it to you at the price that we promised everyone else, $2,995. We will not offer this price again, period. The next time we do this webinar, which I'm assuming will be middle of January, talking about all the wins that the people in the bootcamp are having, we're going to do it at $3,495. Okay. So if you want to be in it in February, invest the $29.95, getextendly.com/AI. Okay. Getextendly.com/AI. All right. Again, our huge gift to you and a thank you. You're going to get all 5 pitch decks. You're going to get all of them just for being here for these 3 days as a huge thank you and appreciation for the time and effort you put into this. And from here, I believe it is time for us to dive into the fulfillment. If you guys are excited and want to learn about how to set up the AI and learn from the wizard himself, Mr. Bayant saying, are you Gryffindor or Hufflepuff? Like, what do you think? Anyways, drop a 7 in the chat. Let us know. Let us know you're ready to rock and roll. We're excited. And we'll get rocking and rolling. Bayant,
All
take
right,
it away.
let's go. Fantastic. Thanks, Alex. I have a new name now.
I threw you off with the Harry Potter comment.
Yeah. All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Beyond, and today we're going to dive into the step-by-step of the use cases that Alex just presented, which is the answering service and the virtual receptionist. Those are the 2 main use cases that the AI, the voice AI, is able to solve for immediately. And I'm going to show you that as well. And for the purpose of a little bit of excitement, if you want to see how it can also take pizza orders, we'll do that test call as well towards the end of it, hoping if we have enough time on the call. All right, so the reason why answering service and virtual AI receptionist use cases are important, you might have already heard us talk about it over the last 2 days, but answering service is any sort of service business that takes calls, sort of accepts calls all day long, is able to this is your, your chiropractor, your dentist, your plumber, your HVAC person, electrician, your security company, all of those are great candidates, and a lot more are great candidates for, including attorneys and lawyers and all of that as well, right? Great candidates for after hours answering service, where and all of these businesses are already using the after hour answering service, a lot of them for the most part. And they're using actual call centers to do this. Now, all you have to do is replace that call center with the AI, and I'm going to show you right now exactly how to do that. And what that does is does the exact same thing that call center is doing, which is picking up the phone, asking them name, phone, email, what is the concern you're calling about, and then talking to you. I'm sorry, then sending that message over to the business owner, the staff member, and letting them know that that this is the message that they got, right? So let's go ahead and go right into that without wasting any more time. And I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. All right, let me know if you guys can see the high
And I have a
level.
very exciting thing to share.
Yeah.
I know one tech thing, guys. This is high level. Check it out. Look at that. Showcasing my skills and knowledge. A lot of you asked
So
yesterday,
proud of you.
joking aside. They did ask. They did ask, is it in high level? So look, I was able to answer my one question. I've done my job. Beyond, you're on.
All right, fantastic. All right, guys. So what I want to do is kind of take a little bit of a step back and show you guys when you first onboard your customer, whereabouts you start and how you get them going, right? So when your customer first comes on, you've obviously got to fill in your business profile section. You want to go to phone numbers thereafter and help them grab a phone number, right? Once you're here, press add number, put in your area code, whatever the area code they want, select the number they want to select, and then go ahead and buy that number. Now you have that number, you got to go through the A2P verification, right? And you can do the A2P verification right here within. And once the A2P verification is done, by the way, A2P verification is only necessary if you're planning on sending text messages through your voice AI agent or text messages regularly. But if you're going to use this as an answering service agent, you definitely need the A2P verification because you want to be able to send a text message and an email to your contact as well. So get the A2P verification done, and then you're going to have some settings to take care of. This one, let's go here. All right, so then you're going to have some settings to take care of. The only setting you need to enable is this one right here, call recording, right? And then you can enter in a message here, something of the nature saying this call may be recorded for quality assurance or whatever the case may be, right? And that's it. And if you want the answering service to be an after hours, meaning allow the business to answer the call first, then you want to enter in a forwarding number here, and or if they're answering the calls within your HighLevel, either through their mobile phone, or their mobile app, and or the desktop app, then you can add in the selected users that are going to answer that call, so it rings directly on their desktop. For this purposes, I'm not having the calls forwarded just because I want the AI agent to pick up immediately, and which is why I don't have any forwarding numbers assigned here. That's it. Once you're done with that, you save it, and then now you can go ahead and go over to your voice AI agent. To create the voice AI agent, first you'll have to be one step back from here. There's a little blue button on the top right corner. You press the create new agent, and then this screen opens up for you. You go ahead and give it a name, enter in your business name there. It should automatically appear for that account. Then you've got 60 some choices of voices right here that you can listen to and pick one that you like. There's some really, really good ones in here as well. There's different accents like British accent, American accent, Australian accent, all of those are there as well if you want to take a look at that. And then you want to add in the agent's initial message. This agent's initial message is exactly what you would say if you were the business answering that phone call as you normally would when that call came in. You would pick up the phone and say something like, "Hey, thank you for calling ABC Plumber. How can I help you today?" Right? Or, "Hey, hope you're having a great day. You've called ABC Plumbing. How can I help you today?" Something of that nature, right? So you would put that in. Note there is a character limit on this now. There wasn't one before, but there is one now, and that character limit is 190 characters. It won't allow you to save if you have more than 190 characters, so be mindful of that. And you can definitely choose to be a little bit transparent if you want to be. You don't have to. In this case, it's saying, "Hi, I'm Ashley, the AI virtual assistant for ABC Plumbing. How can I help you today?" That is completely optional. I've done that at my real businesses as well, just to kind of warn the folks, let them know that they're talking to an AI. And I really wanted to see what the difference is if they're talking to an AI versus if they're not talking to if they don't know if they're talking to an AI, how they would react. Now, recently I've turned it off. I've removed that portion there on my businesses so that we can see how the differences are, and I'll report back what we've learned from that. Lastly, you've got a advanced setting option over here. You can now increase the call time to 15 minutes if you wanted to. So you can increase this all the way to 15 minutes, and that's where it stops. I'm just going to go back down to 5 for this purpose. Then you've got response speed. I would just keep it at normal, but you do have brisk and fast if you wanted to respond faster there as well. And go ahead and save that. And that is all you need to do on this particular screen. Then the next step is agent goals. Agent goals is when you're first setting up a brand new one, you'll have the basic mode on. You want to go ahead and click on that and switch to this particular mode, which is in advanced mode. And once you're in advanced mode, it allows you to edit that prompt that is in there. That is the biggest difference between the two. And then it gives you the option for these actions as well in the advanced mode. So in this case, what we've done is we've added in an answering service related prompt in this entire thing. And it's talking about what the business is. It provides a little bit of information related to the business. And it collects the information and just attempts to pass it on to the owner or the staff of the company so that they know that someone called in related to that. Then the next step we've done is once the prompt is in there, you've entered in relevant information for the business, you've told it to collect the following information and all of that. We've gone ahead over here and added in these updates, contact field updates. So whatever information you're collecting, if you're collecting an address, if you're collecting the email, if you're collecting, any other information, you want to go ahead and have that in here so that it's able to collect and update it for you. And then the next step there is triggering a workflow when the call is completed. To trigger for the answering service use case, you'll need to build a workflow. And that workflow is going to look something like this. There won't be a trigger there. You do want to add in at least a 2-minute wait here after the call is completed before this workflow fires off. And the reason for that is you want to make sure the AI, once the call is completed, the AI has enough time, the system has enough time to go ahead and update those contact fields that we collected all the information in, so that we can go ahead and enter that in. Now, this is a test workflow. We're doing a lot of different things here. It doesn't need to be as complicated as this particular one is, but all it needs to have in there is wait for 2 minutes, then go straight over here to notify a user, and send a confirmation message to your caller who called in. The notify a user, all it says is, hey, AI answering service, you can have your brand name here or there to sort of kind of remind them of your brand over and over again. Call from this contact name, phone number, whatever the phone number is. Here's the message. Here's the second question that they may have asked, and here is the transcript of the call summary. So we're sort of just testing out a couple of these items in here just to see how the AI is, which is why the GPT is involved in here. But again, you don't need to have that in there. It'll do just fine with entering in this information only. Then the SMS to the caller. It is letting the caller know, hey, thank you. Essentially, you're thanking the caller that here's the call confirmation. This is the question you asked. Maybe this is the second question you asked. Feel free to text us back if there's any additional questions, or reply to stop. This allows you to kind of send a call confirmation back to the caller, and they may go, oh, by the way, can you also add the following, right? So we're just helping make the real life scenario easier. And if they text back, the message comes to the mobile phone. The business owner can then respond back as well. It'll also go to the conversations tab inside the software also. So remember, that's the only workflow that you need to have enabled for the answering service scenario to function. And essentially, it is a no trigger selected, because the voice AI agent is going to be the one triggering the workflow. Wait 2 minutes, and then notify a user, and then notify the customer, right? That is it. You can obviously get wild with this and add in a lot more complications and make it more complex if you wanted to. But that is all you need, just those 3 or 4 steps that I outlined. And that's the entire workflow here. Now let's go back to selecting that workflow how we tell the voice agent to trigger that particular workflow. So right over here in the sections, we've got trigger workflow when a call is completed. So you want to go ahead and check mark that, and whatever you've named that answering service workflow, that you want to go ahead and select that. And in my case, I've named it AI send internal SMS answering service, right? So that's what I've selected here. And now this is the workflow it triggers every single time the call ends, once the call is completed with this voice AI agent. Next, I also have it notifying me through email with the entire call summary as well. So if you wanted to do an SMS, by default, it can't do the SMS, which is why we need that workflow, but it can send out an email, right? So we have it going to an email. You can just select the different users of that business. So it goes to that. So it goes to that. The staff member, the business owner, the manager, whoever needs to receive that email with the complete call summary and the call transcript in there as well. So all of that goes to them. So now you can send out an email and a text message by having these specific settings here. And that is it. You don't need to set up anything else. If in your use case, you do want to have a call transfer as well, like an urgent call transfer or something of that nature, or maybe someone's on call and you want to be able to have call transfers to them, you can definitely set up that use case right here by using the call transfer number. But generally the purpose of an answering service, an after hours answering service, is that you don't have anyone on the call in majority of the cases. And you just want to take a message, and that's what this particular model is set up to do. Once you've completed the settings here, again, let's recap real quick. We've got the prompt, we've got updating contact fields, we've got the workflow that we want to trigger off so it can send out a text message. Again, that's the very reason why that workflow is needed, just so it can send out a text message. If you don't want it to send out a text message, you only want to deliver that call notification via email, then all you have to do is come down here and select an email, and that is it, right? Now select the user that you want to email to. But I would definitely recommend sending out a text message as well, so that the business owner can get to see what the call was about quickly. And then updating the contact fields. In updating the contact fields, you want to have whatever information you're asking, generally the name, address, email, first name, last name, all of that. And then you want to have a field that allows you to enter in the reason why that person is calling you, right? So that's exactly what we have here, the reason why that customer is calling. And then caller inquiry 2 is if they ask a second question. I wouldn't do the third one just because it hasn't worked out that well. In fact, I'm just going to delete it out of here for now. It's able to capture the first question and the second question pretty well, but for whatever reason, at least I haven't been able to figure out how to get it to enter in the third question that someone may ask into the field as well. But I found that first and the second is more than enough. And then I've gone ahead and added a field for it to enter in the entire call transcript there as well. That way, in case there is something else that they asked and we missed to capture, it'll be in this field also. So these are the additional 3 fields you will need to create. And these are custom fields, not custom values, custom fields, not custom values. Once you create these 3 fields, you'll be able to add them here to update update that information. And it doesn't need to ask that information. It automatically, when someone calls in, they're generally saying, hey, I'm calling because in the case of plumber, my pipes are broken, toilet's not working, sink's leaking water, whatever the case may be, right? And it'll capture that there. So that is it. Those are the steps here that we need to cover. And then we go to phone and availability. Phone and availability is you want to assign a phone number to the agent, right? So number 1, you want to assign the phone number to the agent, and you do that by direct from the drop down here. If you don't have a number to assign, you can obviously buy a new number, which we talked about earlier under the phone number setup already. So that's that. And then you want to sort of answer these questions here. Enable AI agent as a backup to the phone number. Or if this is, if the default behavior is that it'll answer the call after if the call forwarding number doesn't respond. And that's generally what you want to set up for an after hours or an overflow center. And then if you want the AI agent to only work during certain hours, the purpose of after hours is that you want it to work after the 5 p.m. or whatever the business close hours are, right? And or before the business opening hours there. But I generally like to just keep this off because I also want it to work if they miss a call as well during business hours, right? The business is obviously getting the time to answer the call first because we're forwarding the call to them, which is why we have this option enabled. So the call goes to the business first. It rings 3 or 4 times. They don't answer the call. Even if it's during business hours, I still want the agent, the voice AI agent, to answer that call, take that message so that they don't miss any calls. And and the customer doesn't feel like, oh, they've left a voicemail or something. They've actually left their entire message, and now the business will be able to return that call back as well. And that is it. So go ahead and hit save then, and you are done. Your voice AI agent is now set up. All right, so what we're gonna do next is call this voice AI agent and talk to it, and let's see how it goes. So let me go ahead and dial that, and then we'll take a quick break after that and help answer any questions there may be related to the setup or go over anything before we dive into our virtual receptionist. So let me go ahead and put it on speaker. Can you guys hear?
The AI virtual assistant for ABC Plumbing. How can I help you today?
Hi, Ashley. My toilet's broken. It's not working, and it also looks like the pipes in the kitchen are leaking water. I'm not sure what's going on. Need someone to get here ASAP.
Oh no, that sounds frustrating. Let's get this sorted out for you. Could I have your first and last name, please?
Yeah, my first name is Beyond, and last name is Singh.
Thank you, Beyond. Could you please spell your first and last name for me to ensure I have it correctly?
Yeah, sure. My first name is spelled as Beant, and last name is Singh, Singh.
Got it, Beyond Singh. Thank you. Could I have your email address, please?
Yep, that's B as in boy, and then my last name Singh, Singh at getwahi.com. Wahi is wahi.com.
Just to confirm, your email is B as in boy, SINGH at GETWAHI.com. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Great. What's the best phone number to contact you back on?
Sure, let's do 559-804-4486.
Just to confirm, your phone number is 559-804-4486. Is that correct?
Yep.
Perfect. I've got all your details. A team member will reach out to you shortly to help with the broken tool and leaking pipes. Is there anything else you'd like to know or discuss?
Yeah, could you ask them to call me as soon as possible? I also want to know what the cost is going to be.
I'll make sure they know to contact you as soon as possible. As for the cost, we offer free on-site estimates, so they'll be able to give you a detailed quote once they assess the situation. Plus, don't forget about our $50 off your first service. Anything else I can assist with?
Nope, that's all. Thank you.
You're welcome, Beyond. Thank you for choosing ABC Plumbing. Have a great day, and we'll be in touch soon. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. All right. I'm actually surprised it kind of got my name right as well. But it was able to spell things correctly, confirm things as well. And although it called me Beyond instead of Beyond, but that's fine. That's good enough. At least it hopefully it got the spellings and stuff right since it asked for it. So let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what did it do in terms of the messages. By the way, I'm actually not going to receive any messages on this one because this particular number on this account is not what do you call it? Is not A2P verified. So we are going to have to wait a couple minutes because I have those wait steps in that workflow. But here's the information. Well, that's weird. It actually spelled it out beyond instead of beyond. Although I gave it the spelling. So there's that. But it got the last name right. It got the email right. It got the phone number in there. All of that is they're correct. Well, let's wait for a couple of minutes to see once we receive the text message there as well. And we'll keep on this call. All right, let's see. Beyond impressed. That's right. All right, in the meantime, while we're waiting for these messages to come through, any questions on the stuff that we covered right here? And by the way, if you guys are wondering, these prompts and stuff that I'm going over, these will all be shared during the boot camp with you. The setup, the workflows that we have, they're part of the snapshot. They'll be shared with you at that time as well. So if you're on one of if you did purchase our product, the boot camp, it'll be there with you. All right, so here we go. We got the message coming in. It's got the entire call transcript, and then it summarized the call here as well. Looks like we it didn't grab the message. Someone probably changed the field over here, but we can check that by going right over here. All right, here's that question. Here's that message. Tool is broken, not working. So instead of toilet, it thought it said tool. And kitchen's leaking water. I'm not sure what's going on. I need to get some help ASAP. So there's that message there that I originally called in for. If someone in my team had not changed that workflow, then that message would have been right there. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, they changed it to contact AI caller inquiry 1. That's what's going on. All right. Anyways, but that's the so that's the entire workflow. That's how that works. It sends you that text message. It sends the person who's calling in a message in as well. And you now have successfully completed the process of replacing an answering service call center by having the message be delivered. First, the message be taken over the phone, collecting the contact information, and then sending that off to the customer and the business owner as well. And that completes the entire process of that.